Good morning, students. Today I will to discuss about equivalent decimals and rearranging the fraction. I mean in ascending order, in descending order. Okay, decimals. Acha, first equivalent decimals. What are equivalent decimals? Acha, one thing remember. Try to remember. I have told you zeros at the either end of a decimal fraction do not change the value of the decimal fraction. Zeros at the either end of a decimal fraction do not change the value of the decimal fraction. That means suppose you have a fraction 0.7, okay, and add 0 in the either side, 0.7, or in the right side also 0.70, 0.07010. I mean only one number 0, 2 zeros, 0.7000. So see one thing here, what is the difference between this fraction and these fractions? Main fraction is 0.7 only, but I have added zeros in the either side of the decimal fraction. So see the value of these fractions and the value of this fraction is same. Value of these fractions and value of this fraction is same. That's why I have told zeros at the either end of a decimal fraction do not change the value of the decimal fraction. That means this is equal to 0.7, this is equal to 0.7, this is also is equal to 0.7. That means after the fraction, after the decimal fraction, if you add 0, then the value of the fraction will remain same. Okay, but suppose you have a fraction like that 701, but this 0 have the value. Remember I have told you this 0 has the value. Okay, you can't ignore this value, you can't ignore these values, these zeros, but you can't ignore this 0 because this is not at the end position. This 0 is not in the end position. The 0 must be at the end position of the fraction. See here, end position here. 7 is the last finite value, finite digit. After that, I have written 2 zeros, 1 0, 3 zeros. So these zeros have no value. But if the zeros, if the 0 is placed in the middle position like 0.7001, so these zeros have the finite value and this 0 is not invaluable. That means this fraction is not equals to 0.71. This fraction is equals to this 7001. This means this. Okay. So remember, when the zeros are placed at the end of the fraction, then the value of the fraction doesn't change. Clear? That means, so what are equivalent decimals? So equivalent decimals of this is equals to this, this, also this. That means you can add any number of zeros. You can add any number. Suppose you have fraction 1.5 is equals to, you can write 1.50 is equals to 1.500 is equals to 1.5000 is equals to 1.5 4 zeros there, etc. That means you can add any number of zeros. Here I have added only 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros. So value of all the fractions are same, and that is equals to 1.5. That means I can add any number of zeros at the either. I mean I can also add 0 in the left side also. That means I can 0.015. This is also is equals to this. Also is equals to 0.150. Sorry. 1.50. See, in the left side I have added 2 0, in the right side I have added 1 0. So this fraction also is equals to this. So clear what are equivalent fractions? That means these are the equivalent fractions, decimal fraction, equivalent decimals. These are the equivalent decimals of this decimal. So clear what is equivalent decimal? Equivalent decimal means you can add any number of zeros at the either end of a decimal fraction. Okay. Acha, where do we use that? Suppose you have given two fractions. Acha, Now ascending and descending order also. You have given two fractions, 2.5, 2.53. How can you understand what is the greater fraction? Achha, first I want to learn you how can I arrange the decimals in ascending and descending order. Very simple, very simple. To compare the decimal numbers, decimal numbers, move left to right. Remember, move left to right. So just one thing, try to remember, when for the division case like 7/100 is equals to, when I want to when you want to place the decimal point, then we have to move from right to left, and 1 plus 2, that means in the third position point will be there. So first, second, third. So that means for this case I have to move from right to left. But to compare the decimals, we have to move left to right, from left side to right side. Okay, and compare digits at each place. If the digit at one place is equal, then compare the next digit. Okay, so if all the digits are equal, then the fractions are equivalent or equal, and if any digit is greater, then the fraction must be greater. In this way, and the digit which is less, the fraction must be less. In this way we can arrange in ascending and descending order. Clear? So just remember, you have to move from left to right, not from right to left. You have to move from left to right, and you have to compare each and every digit. And from left to right, you have to compare from left to right. First the integral parts, compare the integral parts, then compare the fractional parts, and which digit, for which fraction digit is greater, the fraction must be greater. And the fraction which containing the smaller digit, that must be the smaller number or smaller decimal. And you can easily arrange in ascending and descending. And ascending order means from smaller to larger number, and descending means from larger to smaller number. So clear? Acha, for this case you have to remember the place values very carefully. Place values. Acha, suppose move from left to right and compare the digit. Move left to right and compare the digits at each place. This is very important. From left to right, it is the most important thing. From left to right, and move left to right, not only the decimal part. First integral part, then decimal part. If integral parts are equal or integral digits are equal, then compare the decimal parts. Clear, everyone? Okay, so now come to the example. Suppose I am taking two fractions, 3.57, 4.29. Acha, first, the most easiest process, first write these fractions in place values. So integral, there is only one digit in integral number, so only ones. Okay, next 1 upon 10, 1 tenths, next tenths, next hundreds. Acha, hundreds means what? Hundreds means 1 upon 100. Okay, you have seen when I want to 0.7 is equal to 7 upon 10. 7 tenths means 7 upon 10, that means 7 out of 10. Tenth means 1 upon 10. Hundreds means 1 upon 100. Thousands means 1 upon 1000. 10,000 means 1 upon 10,000. And for integral, ones, tens, here only tens. Tens means 60. 60 means 6 into 10. So 6 tens. Tens means only into 10, and tenths means divide by 10. Hundreds means into 100. Hundreds means divided by 100. I hope you are clear. Again I am repeating. Ones means any number multiplied by 1, like 2. 2 means 2 into 1, so 2 ones. Tens means into 10, and tenths means divided by 10. Similarly, hundreds means into 100. Hundreds means 1 upon 100. That means division with 100. Thousands means into 1000. Thousands means divided by 1000. So when we add th, hundreds, tenths, t and th, then we have to divide with that particular number. And for only just a tens, for this case you have to just multiply with tens. That are the place values actually. Okay, so now write these fractions here. We have only 3 ones, so 3 point 5 tens 5, 700 7, 4 point 2 tens 2 tenths and 9 hundredths. Now compare. First ones place. See here 3 4, 3 less than 4. So 4 is the greater. So this fraction must also be greater. This fraction is greater. So this is greater this. Clear? Acha, another example. 23.02 and 23.12. Again, so here one for integral. Acha, for one thing you have to remember, for integral number you have to count from right to left, but for decimal parts you have to move from left to right. See, ones, tens, that means ones, tens move from right to left. So ones, tens, see, I am moving from right to left. Ones, tens, then hundreds. Okay, from right to left. That is for integral part. But for decimal part, you have to move from left to right. See, 1 tenths. I mean not 1 tenths. Hundreds, then then thousands. That means you have to move from move left to right. The place values or the place digits from right to left for integral part, and from left to right for decimal part. Clear? Acha. So now place here the tens place 2 ones place 3 0 2 point. Next 2 3 1 2. Okay, now compare. First compare ones place 2 both are equal. Tens place sorry first 10 place, this is tens place, tens place. Acha, what did I say? Move from left to right. You have to compare from left to right. Remember, you have to compare from left to right, and not only decimal part, also integral part, from left to right. Okay, so first compare tens place. In the most left position we have tens place, so tens place compare 2 so both are equal. Next ones place 3 so both are equal. Next tens place, tens, so 0 1, so which is greater? 1 is greater number, so you can say this fraction is greater than this fraction, so less than, so this is less than this fraction, that means this is the greater fraction than this. So when you have to compare more than two or more fractions, write all the fractions in place values, then compare the digits from left to right along with integral part. Clear? Acha, now suppose you have given fraction 2.5, this 2.53. How can you compare then? Here ones place, okay, no problem, but here I have only tens place, but here tenths and hundreds place. Then how can I compare? Remember, for this case you have to put the concept, or you have to use the concept of equivalent fraction decimals. You have to use the concept of equivalent decimals. What is the equivalent decimal and what are equivalent decimals? Equivalent decimals are the decimals if I add any number of zeros at the either end of any decimal fraction. Acha, here from the left side ones place, so for integral part ones place, okay, no problem with the left side. Now come to the right decimal part, tens place, but here we have hundreds place, but here we have no hundreds place. Now see, I can write it as 2.50. I can add 10. No problem with this. Is the equivalent fraction of this, equivalent decimal of this. So see, now check here ones place, tens place, hundreds place. See, both fraction has up to hundreds place for the decimal part. Why I have written this fraction as equivalent decimal? Because for the original fraction, I say here I don't have any hundredth part, but here I have hundredth digit. So that's why first I have to write all the fractions in the same number of digits. Here hundredth digits means here I have to write also 100 up to hundredth digits. So now compare, ones place same, tens place same, hundreds place 3 is greater than 0. So this fraction is greater than this. That means 2.5 less than 2.53. So this is greater than this. Clear? Here we have to use the equivalent fraction concept. Another example, suppose you have given 12.35 and here only 12. What will you do? Acha, here see, for integral part you have tens place. This is also integral number. In tens place, ones place same. But this number also has decimal part, but here we have no decimal part. Then what will you do? Here you have to use equivalent decimal method. You have to write the equivalent decimal of this decimal fraction. How? Acha, always remember there is no decimal point, means decimal point is always at the end of the number, always at the end of the number. So 12 means 12 point something, 12.00000000. That means after 12 you can use any number of zeros using point or decimal point. Clear? Acha, now what did I say? Here we have no point. Decimal point means decimal point is always at the end of the number. Acha, why I have written this decimal point? See, here I have decimal part, but for this case here I have no decimal part. So now I have to, what did I say? I have to represent, or I have to write all the fractions. in same number of digits. Here tens place, ones place, but here we have tens place and hundreds place. So here I have to also represent this number with the help of hundreds place. Clear? Okay, so see here 12 point, I can use number of zeros. I can use any number of zeros. Acha, here how many number of zeros we have to use? Here I have to use only 2 zeros. Why we have used 2 zeros? Because here I have 2 digits, tenth digit and hundredth digit. That's why I have also used 2 zeros. So 12 is equivalent to 12.00. This is the equivalent decimal fraction of this fraction or this number. Clear? Now compare tens place 1 is equals to 1, ones place 2 is equals to 2. Next tenths place 3 greater than 0. Here 0, nothing means 0 because this is equivalent fraction. So 3 greater than 0 means this fraction is greater than this number. That means 12.35 greater than 12. 12.35 greater than 12. Clear? So if you have given here, I have just shown only two with the help of two decimal fractions, but you can also give 3 or 4 fraction, 3, 4, 5, 6 number of fraction. For this, for those case, just use this formula, this method. First what you will do? First represent all the fractions into same number of digits. Same number of digits. If the digits are not, suppose for this case, here I don't have any decimal part. So I have to represent first this number as the decimal fraction part also. As a decimal fraction. So that's why I have to know about equivalent decimals. So with the help of equivalent decimals, first find all equivalent decimals. Equivalent decimal means, see here I don't have any hundreds part, but here I have hundreds part. How can I compare them? So to compare this, I have to take a 0. That means equivalent decimal method. I have to take a 0, and this is the equivalent decimal of this. So now for this case, here I have seen this fraction also has hundreds digit. Here I have also 100 digit. Now it is easy to compare, and during compare you have to compare all the digit, each and every digit from left to right, not right to left, from left to right. Okay, from left to right, move from left to right. Okay, now which digit is greater, the number will be greater. Clear? So that is most important today's class, equivalent decimal. So I have also told how can I rearrange, or how can I arrange the fractions in ascending and descending order. Okay, which fraction is greater, that means from smaller to larger, that is ascending order, from larger to smaller, descending order. Clear everyone? So I hope you can do. Acha, one very small thing. Acha, this is like this. Some special uses of decimals. Special uses. Suppose you have to convert paisa into rupee. Paisa into rupee. How can you do this? So remember, this is very simple. 1 rupee is equals to how many paisa? 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. So when you have asked convert paisa to rupee, then divide paisa with 100. Paisa with 100. Then you will get the rupee. So see here you have to find 50 rupee. 50 paisa, how many rupees? 50 paisa is equals to 50 upon 100 rupee. So 7, suppose you have given 10 paisa. 10 paisa is equals to 10 upon 100 rupee. If you want to convert paisa to rupee, then you have to divide all the paisa with 100. You have to divide paisa with 100. A very easy process, nothing. And similarly also for if you want to convert millimeter to centimeter or centimeter to millimeter, for those cases I have already told you for what you have to do. I have told you from when you want to move from left to right, then you have to multiply. That means from kilometer to meter. So count the places. So there are 3 places. Kilometer means after kilometer, hectometer, decameter and meter. So 3 places. For 3 places you have to multiply with 1000. And if you want to move from right to left, that means from meter to kilometer, count the places. Here also 3 places, decameter, hectometer and kilometer. You have to divide with 1000. Sorry, 1000. Okay, this is simple. Okay, you have already known about it. For today's class, what is most important? Equivalent decimal. That is most important for today's class. I hope you understand. Okay, students. So thank you and have a nice day.